What is up, guys? DoorDash coming to you live from the road. It's been a while since I've done an on the road video, so I thought, you know what, let me tune in and I'm going to talk a little bit. That's why I'm not looking at the camera, because I'm driving, but I thought, you know what, I want to talk about the state of things right now. I continue to dabble, not do the full-time gig work as I have been because of just various things going on in my life, but I'm going to be making a return back to the full-time. I'm finally getting to that spot where I can get things back rolling again. But I have gotten a little taste now of the life of a non-top dasher. For a while, I was top dasher, believe it or not. You can hear Uber's contacting me. And I had access to the platform all the time. That was the main appeal of being a top dasher. And I was able to do it. I was able to maintain my acceptance rate and keep things where they needed to be. But then, with the death of my father, I wasn't able to get out and do my 100 deliveries. Still hanging on to the acceptance rate by a hair, by just a hair, because I'm not doing it much. I'm at like 72%. But there's no way this month I don't think I'm going to be able to hit 100 deliveries because of a multitude of reasons. Number one, I've got a lot going on still that's kept me out of the first part of the month. But the second part is access to the platform. I can schedule, but now I'm subject to DoorDash's bullshit, as I like to call it. I'm subject to the pause, to them knocking me off the platform if I turn down too many orders, etc. So, or if I miss my dash time, which again, because of my schedule, I haven't really been able to necessarily always be there when I need to be there. So I'll schedule things and then things will go haywire. Anyways, the net result is I've had to do other stuff. I've had to do other apps when I've been available to work. And sure enough, you know what I've realized? I'm making more money. Even though I'm dashing less, I'm making more on the other apps. So I would encourage you to consider this as well. A lot of times, at least for me, when I started in the gig economy, DoorDash was the guy. DoorDash was the app. And I kind of got one app minded, even though I had other apps, even though I preached about multi-app. Excuse me, my allergies are out of control, so I apologize. But still, I would always give DoorDash that extra little priority in my mind. I'd be looking for that large order program. Now I don't get large order programs. I mean, I still qualify, I think, except I didn't do 100 orders last month, so I don't think I do anymore now. But when I was qualifying, I was getting less and less. I haven't got Dasher rewards yet, but I know it's coming. But essentially, DoorDash, I would always wait a little bit. Sometimes I'd turn down an order that was a decent order, and I would turn it down to wait because, well, what if that nice large order catering program is coming next? You know, DoorDash had me. But now that I don't have DoorDash, now that the app's off, now that I'm doing more Spark, I'm doing more Uber, I'm doing more Grubhub, even doing a few Instacarts, I realized, you know what? Some of these orders that I would let go, that I would say, well, I'm not going to do it. And then I'd end up figuring out, well, why am I so angry right now waiting in a parking lot? Why am I waiting so long? Why did I have such a really good hour this hour and then flatline my earnings? Well, part of it was because I was letting decent orders that could keep me going. They could keep my mileage up, my miles to money up. I'm driving at a higher miles to money than I've ever driven at right now. Ever, at any point. And that's because I'm focusing on taking orders that are solid miles to money. I'm giving myself a solid radius, and I'm not driving aimlessly looking for DoorDash orders. I'm not willing to take $1 a mile thinking, well, maybe next order will be the one that they bless me with that large order program. Even though I preached against all of that type of stuff, you still found yourself doing it. You still found yourself being irrational, getting results you didn't like, and getting results that you thought were not what you wanted. And here it was. You know, I'd spend all that time reflecting back and looking back and saying, man, why did it go so wrong? Why did it feel like such a good day and then it went off the rails? The reason why was because of DoorDash. So as good as DoorDash had been at one point in my time in the gig economy, it is no longer the app it once was. And that's simply because of this. It's oversaturated. They've won. They've got everybody taking orders without any thought. The people that are wanting to do this as a primary mode of earning, they're going to have to take every order. They're going to have to take orders very quickly. And one means that DoorDash achieved that was through Earn by Time. Earn by Time has absolutely changed the game in many, many markets. I have it in every market around me. And Earn by Time, as good as it might sound, I mean, when you think about it, you're like, wow. If I'm earning $15 an hour, base pay, and I could get tips on top of that, it's gotta equal out really well. Except for the problem. DoorDash makes it clear. They're holding back the bigger tip orders. They're holding back the orders that have tips that are exceeding, say, $5. And those are going over to the earn by order people. But the problem is the earn by order people have now been given, in most markets, $2 base pay, flatline base pay. So what they've achieved is essentially what they always wanted in the first place. They've always wanted to say, we want to fund the longer trips. We want to fund the non-tip trips with the tips. And they've done that. They've achieved that. By flatlining base pay, they're taking the base pay we would have been entitled to if they had the entire platform over on Earn by Time. They wouldn't get away with this. But by segregating the two earning modes, they can now effectively use the money they would have paid the earn by order people. They can take that over and pay the earn by timers. And they can essentially predict and get everybody down to a flatlined amount of pay that they want, which is essentially between $15 and $20 an hour. In my market, depending on the market I'm in, it's anywhere from $13 to $15 an hour, and you will fall within a $5 range. So if in a $13 market, it's 13 to 18. In a $15 market, it's 15 to 20. There are some occasions where it will be larger than that. There will be some moments where it will be larger than that because they will sneak a tip in there that's bigger. And there will be people that will come into my comments and say, oh, I've got this, I got this. But I'm talking about your overall range of what they want. And the miles to money, well, you're going to be somewhere between $1 and $1.50 gross. And that's a problem because it's not enough. You need to be somewhere in a range of $2 to $4 gross. Really closer to the $4 mark if you're going to try to make money and be profitable in this time and day and age that we're in right now. If you're not doing that flat out, you're not going to make money. And there are those that might say, well, I've got the $30 large order program. Oh, I did this, I did that. Yeah. But look at what your miles to money is at the end of the day. And if you're really paying attention to it, and I'm talking about looking at your offered miles to money versus your actual miles to money with all the extra miles that you have to drive sometimes. And when you're in that Earn by Time program, they're going to offer you somewhere in the range of 85 cents to about $1.50, sometimes $2. And then you're going to have those miles you got to drive back in the market, especially if they send you on a big 15 mile journey, which is not uncommon in the markets I work in. So DoorDash has essentially, in my opinion, killed themselves as being a viable option for any serious delivery driver or anyone that seriously understands the metrics that go in to being a successful delivery driver. So I'm happy because it got me out of that. It allowed me to really pull back the veil, pull back the curtain, look at my metrics, look at everything, and really start to see delivery driving for what it should be if I'm going to be doing this as one of my means of earning income. So anyways, guys, I would encourage you, if you're, to consider turning off the DoorDash app. Oh, well, obviously, only if you have other apps. But if you have other apps that you've been sitting on the sideline, if you have other apps that you haven't been giving attention to, I would urge you to give some consideration to setting them on the sideline and trying them out. Anyways, this is Rational Gig Driver coming to you with rational thoughts only, guys. Stay rational out there. I'll be talking to you soon. Appreciate you all.